Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew this BUBU kaftan dress, and this is 2-in-1 BUBU kaftan dress. And this dress was being inspired by Vicky James, and she's the one putting on the pink dress at the sides, and the one at the middle is the one I recreated. This is 2-in-1 BUBU kaftan dress. You can wear it straight, just like as you can see me wearing it, and you can also make it tight around the waistline. So if this is something you're interested in, keep up watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like and comment on this video, and turn on post notification. Without further ado, let us dive into today's video.
Place something upon my life that my generation will live to celebrate.
This is the fabric I'm going to be using, and this is 3 yards of crepe. If you know you are very tall, go ahead and make use of 3.5 yards. And these are the things I'm going to be using: my scissors, tape, check, and French curve. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two. What I simply did here is, because I'm going to be cutting the back first, please pay attention, I'm going to be cutting the back first. So what I did is that I went ahead to divide my fabric into two, and one of the fabric was a little bit longer than one, with extra 2 to 3 inches. So if you divide your fabric into two, and while dividing it, make sure one is a little bit longer than one with extra 2 to 3 inches, and the one that is shorter is the one I'm going to be using for the back, because the back does not have a tiare like the front. If you check the gown, the front has a tiare. This side that is closed is where I'm going to be using as the center back, which is the neckline area. This side will be serving as the side back. So I'll go ahead and mark a straight line across my fabric, which is going to be serving as a starting guide. Then from there, I will measure my shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches. Then I will mark the wideness of the neckline, which is 3 inches. You can go ahead and make use of, if your neck is very tiny, make use of 2.5 inches. Then I will come down by 1 inch like this at the center back. I will connect it with my French curve. Then from the shoulder line here, I will mark the sleeve length I want. So go ahead, and if you want your sleeve to be shorter, you can mark it. If you want it longer, you can go ahead, but I will just make use of the remaining part of the sleeve because I want it to be a little bit long. So at the edge here, I will come down by 1 inch, which is going to be serving as the shoulder slope. Then I will connect it from the neckline to that 1 inch I came down with, just like this. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I will come to the edge here, this place, this point here. I will mark my sleeve length, which is 9.5 inches. So I will advise you mark 10 inches or 11 inches. It will be far better. I will mark a point there. Then I will come to my shoulder line here like this. I will mark my bust point, which is 10 inches. I will mark 10 inches like this. I will divide my bust by 4. I will place my tip like this from the center back. I will place my tip like this. I will divide my bust by 4. I will mark the point there. Then I will add extra 5 inches. At this point, you can add 4 inches if you don't want it to be too wide, or 6 inches if you want it bigger. Then I will connect the sleeve like this. Just watch out how I am connecting the sleeve. I'll connect it like this, okay, close to that 5 inches that I mark. I'll connect it like this. I will connect it from this armhole area straight to the end of the fabric like this. So at this point, you can go ahead and measure how long you want your gown to be, but for me, I'm going to be making use of the full length of this gown. So I will come to the down side of this gown. I don't want it to be as wide as the up. I will minus 2 inches from my bust. Whatever I have left, I will divide it by 4. I will mark the points there. Then I will add extra 5 inches allowance. Okay, so the down is not going to be too wide. I actually slanted it before, so I'll just go ahead and reconnect the line like this. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So at this shoulder area, I will not cut through the exact place that I marked. I will add extra 1/2 inch at the top for the joining allowance. Then I will cut through the line I marked at the side. So once I was done cutting it, this is how it looked like. So the next thing is, I went ahead to fold my fabric into two again. This is the front. I'm about to cut the front. So this side that is open is where I'm going to be using as the front, the center front. So I went ahead to mark in 1 inches for the slit at the front, which is for the journey allowance. So remember, this gown has a slit at the front, so I went ahead to mark 1 inch inward. So from that 1 inch, I will place the back part of this agbada. Okay, I will place it on that 1 inch I marked inward. I hope you guys understand what I am saying. Then from there, I will go ahead and pin it down using my office pin. So I will mark the neckline on the front part because I'm about to cut the neckline. So from this point, I will come down by from this point I will come down by 3.5 inches. You can come down by 4 inches if you want. So I'll mark a point there. Then I will use my French cuff to connect it like this. I'll just connect it like this. I hope you guys saw what I did. Okay, so once I was done connecting it, I'll go ahead and cut it at. Then I'll place the front part on it like this and cut at the shoulder, the sleeve area, and also the side like this. So once I was done cutting it, I'll go ahead and place the two fronts together like this. I will place it together like this. Then I will use my office pin and pin it down. So go ahead and pin yours down. Remember, this gown has a slit at the front, so I'm going to measure how long I want the slit at the front to be. So I'm going to come down by 4 inches. So you can also go up by 3.5 inches if you want to. I will mark 4 inches like this for the front slit. Then I will come to the shoulder area like this. You remember, this gown also have a slit at the down area, so you will measure from your shoulder to where you want the slit to start from. So this is me just taking my measurement. I will measure it and mark a point there. So I'll mark a point. So I will take this to the sewing machine and sew it from this point here, like this point that I marked, down to this line here. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it look like. So the next is to go ahead and open it and iron it. Okay, so I'll take to the ironing table and iron it out like this from the starting to the end. Just open it up with your iron. So I've gone ahead to iron it. The next thing I'm going to be attaching to it is my hemming gum. So I'm going to gum the opening with hemming gum to make it firm and stable. Okay, so and you can go ahead and weave the edges if you have weaving machine, but if you don't have, just go ahead and iron it down like this. This is me ironing it. I'll place my hemming gum on it like this and iron it from the starting to the end. I'm going to iron the two sides from the neck area down to the gown length. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please look what I'm doing, you will understand. So I'll go ahead and iron the remaining parts of the camera, but this is what I'm going to be doing. I will place my hemming gum on it like this from the start to the end. I will go ahead and iron it. I hope you guys saw what I just explained. So that is it. So I've gone ahead to iron it, and this is how it look like. Can you see how neat this is? So it's very important for you to iron it. So the next thing is to go ahead and attach, like to turn the neckline. I will go ahead and cut out a stripe, like a piece, which I'm going to be using to turn the back neckline and the front neckline. So I'm going to go ahead and place the piece on the front part of the fabric like this, the front part of the dress. I will place this thing like this, the stripe. I will pin it down, take to the sewing machine and sew it with 1/2 inch. So I've gone ahead to sew for both the back and the front. This is how it look like. Okay, you can see how beautiful this is. So it's very easy. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and join the shoulder together, the shoulder of the back and the shoulder of the front. I will take to the sewing machine and sew it, but before then I will pin it down like this. Then I will sew it with 1/2 inch. I will also pin the other side and sew it with 1/2 inch. Okay, so once I'm done sewing the shoulder, then I will come to this side like this. That is the side area. I will pin it down and sew it like this with 1/2 inch from the sleeve area down to the gown length. So go ahead and pin your own and sew it. Okay, so this is me sewing it. I've gone ahead to sew the shoulder off the camera. So this is me sewing the side like this. If you are still watching me and you've not subscribed to my channel, Precious, come on now. Chase, come on now. What is going on? Please subscribe, like, and comment. And if you want to see more on this channel, turn on post notification to get notified whenever I post. So I'm going to be folding it down after I was done sewing the side. So I'll go ahead and fold it down like this. I will fold it the second time like this. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. So you see the way I folded it down. That is how I'm going to be folding the sleeve of this dress, because I'm going to be sewing it off the camera. You see the thread and this machine, they were both messing up. I don't know what happened, so the thread just cut. As you can see, this is me facing it. So after I was done facing it, on my way sewing it, the thread cut again. Like you see, you can just see. So I went ahead to sew it off the camera, both the sleeve and the down. Okay, so it's very easy. Just go ahead and fold it and sew it. And this is how it look like. I also went ahead to iron it. Okay, you can see how beautiful this is. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and cut the beds. We're about to sew the beds inside, which is that tightening effect, and which I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for, patiently waiting for. So I went ahead to cut out 2 pieces for the beds. And these 2 pieces, you are going to see that one side is wider and the other side is tinier. So this side that is wider is about 6 inches wide. You can make use of 6.5 inches if you want to. This side that is tiny is about 4 inches wide. So one side is going to be wide, the other side will be tiny. I'll go ahead and fold it into 2 like this. I will sew the down side like this, then we'll sew it like this to this other side. Then I will turn it out through this part, because I'm not going to be sewing this part. I will not sew it. I will turn it out through that part. So I'll go ahead and fold this side into 2 and sew it. So I've gone ahead to sew the 2 pieces, and this is how it look like. So if you have weaving machine, go ahead and weave the edge of this side. If you don't have, don't stress yourself. So this is the other one. The next thing I'm going to be doing now to have that tightening effect is to measure my half length from my shoulder. I'll measure my half length, which is 15 inches. Mine is 15 inches. So you mark your half length. I will mark a line there. And make sure your dress is opened like this. So I'll mark it on the other side. I will mark a straight line across on both sides. So once I was done marking it, I will go ahead and divide my waist measurement by 4. Please watch out what I'm about to do. I will divide it by 4. From the middle, that is the center from this part here, I will mark my waist measurement divided by 4. Mine is 8. I will mark 8 inches like this. From the middle, I'll mark 8 inches like this. So I'll go to the other side like this. From the middle, I will also mark 8 inches. So if yours is 9, 7.5, anything you have, measure it and mark it. So once I was done, I will fold the wide side of this bed together like this. I will mark, like I will notch it. I wanted to fold it. This part that I notch like this, I will place the bed. Can you see how I'm placing the bed? The long side is facing the side like this. I will place it on the center. So the side that I notch and the line that I marked is going to be together. Like the part that I notch is going to be at the middle of the line that I marked. I hope you guys understand. I will go ahead and pin the bed to the front part of this dress. So you are going to be separating it using your hand. So just pass your hand through the neckline and separate the front from the back and pin it down using your pin. So I will do the same thing for the other side. I will take to the same machine and sew it like this, and I will sew the other side as well. Okay, so once I was done pinning it, let's say for instance you are done sewing it, this is how it's going to look like. You are going to go ahead and tie it. After wearing it, you will tie it, and the front is going to be tight while the back is going to have that BUBU kaftan effect. Okay, so this is how to cut and sew a BUBU kaftan dress or AGBADA dress or AGBADA gown. You understand? So this is it. I've gone ahead to sew it. You can see. So guys, I'm done sewing it, and this is how it look like. So this is me wearing it. Okay, you can wear it like this, and the second way to wear it is to go ahead and put your hand inside the tight up, or if you have anyone around, you can just tell them to help you tight up. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. So I've gone ahead to tight. Do you see the tightening around the waistline? So this is how cute and beautiful it is. And so I actually rocked this to church today, and this is me rocking it. See you.